Hey, I am joined by Daniel. He is one of the crew at Pirate Chain. We're going to be finding out about Pirate Chain, what's going on. It is the most private and secure cryptocurrency going.
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes a duty. So said Thomas Jefferson. Go to bit.ly/lawful tax protest or bit.ly/make war history and find out why it is a criminal offence to pay central government or local government taxes in the UK. Hey Daniel, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Of course, thanks for having me again, Rich.
Hey, not at all, not at all. And just to make it clear, I'm also one of the crew at Pirate Chain. I'm a first mate, very proud of that, but I'm not very actively involved. Every now and then I do videos on it and follow the project.
Yeah.
Spread the word. Spread the
We've got
word.
a lot going on these days, so
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot going on. We're recording this on Saturday, the 9th of November. It's going to be a few days before I get this out. So if there's anything time sensitive, we just need to be aware of that. So I think you were on a couple of months ago.
yeah, it's been a couple months now.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Pirate Chain? Why it claims to be the most secure and the most private of all the cryptocurrencies going? Come on, really?
Well, Pirate Chain uses privacy technology called ZK Snarks. It's a type of zero knowledge proof, and we find this to be more private than other chains that use obfuscation to get privacy, where they mix up your real transaction with a bunch of decoy transaction. And they do use most privacy protocols like Monero do have other privacy features implemented in there. So it's not just mixing it up. With the combination of those, they do give you a very good privacy. But as far as ZK Snarks, it reveals no information to mix up. So you don't have to mix up your information with other fake decoys because there's nothing revealed on the channel. It's a way to prove that something is true without revealing any information about it. And it's really incredible technology, even outside of blockchain. It has lots of potentials. And Pirate Chain is the first chain to use these type of zero knowledge proofs on all of our transactions, not optional privacy. There are other chains like Zcash that use similar technology, but it's opt-in. You choose to whether you want to use the private transactions or if you want to do a transparent transaction, just like a Bitcoin transaction or something like that. And we find this that affects the fungibility and the privacy of it, because some coins are different than others. Some of them can be marked tainted by exchanges and stuff like that because there's a history on the coin. So with Pirate Chain, there's no history on any of the coins, so one of them is exactly like the other. There's nothing that can differentiate them from other transactions. So we find this very important to have a fully shielded chain. So that's why we launched Pirate Chain, to have the first fully shielded ZK Snarks chain, or any zero knowledge proof, from what I understand. We're the very first chain to do that, and we're completely decentralized. We fair launched. We didn't have an ICO, a pre-mine. We don't have a developer tax or any tax that comes out of the block reward goes straight to a centralized entity. We don't do any of that. We launched just like Bitcoin. The only way to get coins in the beginning was to mine them or to buy them. We're all volunteers, and we find it really important to organize ourselves in this decentralized way, whereas most projects, 99% of them at this time, are all doing, these where they have a centralized company essentially that is in charge of everything, and they get VC funding, they get developer taxes from the block rewards and stuff like that. And we find that's a very centralizing effect, and we're disappointed to see most projects going in that direction, but we're proud that we are one of the very, very, very few that did not go in that direction. So in my opinion, we're most decentralized, and we are incredibly private. I try not to go out there saying most private, because it gets a little ticky-tacky there,
Yep.
Coins like Monero do give you an incredible privacy. You should definitely use them over a transparent chain. But we find that we deserved a fully shielded ZK Snarks chain, so that's what we did. We went out and built them.
Yep. Thank you. And I just thought of a metaphor from what you were saying. I never thought of this before. But if we take 10 gold sovereigns, you know what a gold sovereign is?
Just a gold coin.
Gold coin. It's the most liquid gold coin of all. Thank you, British Empire. Right. And it has the face value of £1. I think it's about 7 grams of gold in each gold sovereign.
Okay.
But let's say you've got one gold sovereign, real authentic gold sovereign, and you've got 9 dummy coins, and you throw them on the table, and you've got to pick out which is the real one. But the dummies look really good. But it's possible, theoretically, to work out which is the real one. And that's the sort of obfuscation and mixing that many of the other cryptocurrencies use, including Monero. Now, with Pirate Chain, you can't see nothing.
No coins there for you to see.
There's no coins. What do you mean? Nobody else can see. Nobody
Yeah.
else can see. So it's as private and as anonymous as you and I in a darkened room, no lights. I hand you a gold sovereign. Nobody knows except for you and I.
Yeah, it's incredible. There's a great analogy that a lot of people use for ZK snarks, where they imagine you have a Where's Waldo book, and you have a piece of paper with maybe a hole in it or something, and I'm trying to show you Where's Waldo, that I'm trying to prove to you that I know where Waldo is without actually revealing where Waldo is. So I'll take that piece of paper, stick it over Waldo so you can see his face through the hole, but you can't see anything around him. And it's kind of analogy. It's not perfect analogy, but it kind of helps you understand how we're proving that we know where Waldo is without actually revealing where Waldo is, which is incredible technology. You can prove that in this case of blockchain, you can prove that you have the funds that you say you have without actually revealing where you have those funds or how much funds you have, so you can do a transaction with a party confidently. And ZK Snarks really is incredible technology.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And Pirate Chain and Monero and all the other privacy coins are the antidote to central bank digital currencies, which hopefully are not going to come now there's a new president. Because one of the things about CBDCs is they're a violation of Article 4, Bill of Rights, Article 4, that the government cannot have access to your private data,
exactly,
or currency transactions or whatever, monetary transactions without the order of a court. You present due court.
Something I'm worried about, which I guess is a little off track from Pirate Chain, is not necessarily government CBDC coming from the Federal Reserve in the case of the United States. I'm also concerned. Well, I'm concerned about that, but I'm also concerned about privatized CBDCs. If you look at a lot of the things governments have implemented in the past, some of their biggest programs, quote unquote, have not been actually done by the government. They let their buddies in private NGOs and private banks and stuff like that handle it. The Federal Reserve is a perfect example. It's a private company, it's a private business owned by private investors. And that helps them sidetrack a lot of the, Bill of Rights and laws and regulations around this about what governments can and can't do. Because if a private company does it, you can just use it or you can't use it. And I'm concerned about these stable coins we're seeing everywhere, and the government embrace of these stable coins. I'm worried about them becoming essentially CBDCs. I know it's not technically because it's not coming from a bank, but if you take a look at them, they are easily tracked and traced on the blockchain. Everything is revealed on the blockchain. They are far easier to follow money than even a traditional bank account is. The centralized companies that issue them, like Tether and Circle, they work with governments and can freeze. They work with governments and other organizations, and even up to their own discretion. They can freeze your funds. They can delete your funds. They can lie about how much they actually have backing these stable coins they issue out there. And the other important part is that they're backed by treasuries. They're not backed by gold or anything like that. They're backed by U.S. treasuries. When you give your money to Tether and they give you USDT coins on Ethereum or Tron or whatever like that, they use the real dollars you gave them to go and buy treasuries, which essentially this is expanding dollar dominance across the globe to places that did not have dollar. You're seeing people using Tether on Tron in third world countries because it's really cheap. You can't blame them for using it. They don't have access to dollars or to banking systems, and it's really cheap to move it. It's really easy, and it has a stable value and gives them access to dollars. And so I'm worried about, stable coins being used to spread dollar dominance and also being used to kind of sidestep CBDCs and get people like me and you who are interested in cryptocurrency and decentralization, get us to kind of overlook the fact that these private companies are being used as CBDCs. And I think we're at a really pivotal moment in crypto where we need to decide which way are we going. Are we going to embrace CBDCs and expanding dollar dominance? Or are we going to create our own currency to make our own, we already created them, but are we going to use the currencies we have to actually make our own currency that sidesteps them, is not pegged to anything that they're doing, is not used to buy treasuries, and isn't used to expand dollar dominance across the globe. And I think it's really important that we start using these cryptos that we have, start abandoning these stable coins, which I think are a complete privacy nightmare, centralization nightmare, and the bankers and powers that be that we're trying to stand against are fully embracing these, and they are okay with them. So keep that in mind if you're using these things, like they are.
Daniel, okay. Thank you. That is a very, very good point. And just on that, if people want to get Pirate Chain, one place they can go is Trade Ogre, but also Komodo Dex, which is a decentralized exchange. And Trade Ogre and Komodo Dex, there's no KYC, no sign up.
Yeah.
And I think Trade Ogre has larger volumes and does lots and lots of privacy coins. Okay.
Yeah. Tradeover has been great to us. And if you go to piratechain.com/exchanges, it has all the exchanges we're listed on. Most of them are not KYC, but there are a couple KYC exchanges too. But yeah, Komodo Wallet is what they're calling themselves these days. In my opinion, that's the best place to buy Pirate Chain.
Great. And Daniel, that's great that you said that. PirateChain.com. I'll have the links in the description below. So tell us, what is happening? What is happening in the world of Pirate Chain?
Well, right now on the development side, the biggest project we're working on is the Orchard upgrade. I think we talked a little bit about that last time. We're moving to a new privacy pool that will remove what a lot of people call the trusted setup. We had a lot of criticisms about the way ZK, in order to launch a privacy protocol like ZK Snarks, somebody has to launch it, and somebody has to have those keys to launch it. And so they did a signing ceremony in 2016 where 72 people got together and they launched the ZK Snarks protocol. And they each got part of the private key that launches that, 72 different individuals. Now, all 72 of them claim to have deleted their keys, but there is the chance that they could have lied about that. But as long as at least one of them deleted their keys, which I'm pretty confident, I know some of the people personally, Edward Snowden was involved in it, and several big Bitcoiners and stuff like that. And I'm pretty confident they deleted their keys. And as long as one of them did, then the protocol's safe. But it has been some FUD that's been put against Fire, and with some legitimate criticism to it too, So now once we move to Orchard, it will remove that trusted setup. We're able to launch the privacy protocol in a different way without having to have any trust whatsoever, which you won't see much difference in the usability. It'll work just the same. There are some scalability benefits and a few other benefits. On the user side, you won't notice much difference, but it will get rid of that FUD. And it also gives us some opportunities to do some things like multi-sig wallets, which multi-signature wallets are very difficult to do on privacy chains. Mm-hmm. But after the Orchard upgrade, there have been some people who have figured out how to do that. So we're hoping to move on to that afterwards. They're mainly focused on Orchard. Our developers, Forge is the main one working on it. It's in the testing phase right now. He's able to send transactions between the old pool and the new pool and vice versa. But there's lots of little bugs and stuff like that they're working out. But we're testing it right now. We don't have a timeline about when it's going to get released, but it's looking very good. The core functionality is working, and now we're just trying to test out the bugs. And we're also going to update the user interface on the full node wallet and stuff like that with the same release. So we still have some work on it, but it is very, very exciting. And the other big thing we're working on is our marketing department. We're trying to, in 2025, we're really trying to go a lot harder on our marketing, get more video content, get more podcasts and stuff like that. We're sponsoring a bunch of events. I'll be at Monerotopia next week. We'll be at Anarchapulco next year. I think we might be doing an event in Miami. So we're doing lots of sponsorships, and we're starting to dive more into video content and stuff like that. So those are the two major things we're focusing on right now. We do have a really exciting marketing campaign we're working on. I can't give too much details about it, but it's not just a marketing campaign. We're coming out with something really cool. The main focus is it to be marketing and spread the word of Pirate Chain. So we've been really working hard on our marketing department. So those are the big two things, in my opinion, that we're focused on right now. And then also VAR. I think we went over VAR on Varus last time. Did we talk about that last time?
Yeah, we did. But you want to refresh?
Yeah, VAR, VARRR, is what's called a PBaaS blockchain on Varus network. That's a public blockchain as a service. You can kind of think of these as, most blockchains do wrap tokens. If you want to trade Bitcoin on Ethereum or use it in Ethereum DeFi, Bitcoin's not compatible with Ethereum. So they do what's called a wrap token. You essentially send your Bitcoin to somebody and they send you a token that's supposed to be one-to-one with it on the Ethereum blockchain. The way they do it in Varus is quite a bit different. Instead of just having a wrapped token, they actually create a new blockchain that's fully interoperable with the rest of their network and all of the other PBaaS chains on there in Varus and all their DeFi protocols. So instead of just having a wrapped token where you're just trusting someone to hold your real Bitcoin, they create its own blockchain. And so as of right now, you can go and mine. It's 50% proof of work, 50% proof of stake. So you can go and swap your Pirate Chain for VAR and use it to stake, or you can set up your phones and computers to CPU mineable. So you can set up your phones and computers to mine VAR. So you're actually mining the actual wrap token almost, but it's not a wrap token, but I just like to use that to compare it. So it gives you access to the token that's backed by real Pirate Chain that is able to be used in Varus DeFi, which they're building a lot of new DeFi protocols out there or on their platform. And VAR was their very first chain they chose to launch Pirate Chain as their very first PBaaS chain, and they have several more that are coming down the pipeline that we're really excited about. But since we talked to you last, the price of VAR was originally 1-for-1. You could buy one VAR for one pirate chain. As of right now, you can still sell your VAR. It's still backed by pirate. You can always swap one VAR for one pirate chain at any time. But if you're just going on the market value right now on Komodo Wallet, it actually costs 4 pirate chain for 1 R right now. Yeah, the price has gone up like crazy.
Wow.
There is a limited supply of it. It's not an infinite. It's not like a wrap token where as many coins as you can send to that wallet on Bitcoin. You get as many Bitcoins, wrap Bitcoins as you want. There is a max supply of 10 million coins, and most of them got bought up really quickly. So it is kind of hard. It's kind of expensive to get into it right now because people are valuing it so high. But even though it costs 4 pirate, you can sell your VAR for 4 pirate chain right now. But even if that price falls, there's always the liquidity there to get you at least 1 VAR or 1 pirate chain for every VAR. So you have the confidence that you can always at least swap it 1-for-1. Does that make sense? So right now you can't get into it 1-for-1.
No, that's quite something. I've covered VerisCoin a hell of a lot over the years. It launched because Pirate Chain launched in August 2018 and VerisCoin launched in May 2018. I've been covering it since. I haven't for a while. It's an absolutely amazing project. Absolutely amazing project.
Stuff. And there's some smart guys over there, man.
I mean, the lead dev, Michael Tutongi, is complete genius.
Yes, he is very. Yeah, if you have a chance, go look into his history. He's done some incredible things. He's not some schmuck. They are very smart. And he looked at DeFi, I mean, kind of the same way I did. Most of the DeFi out there, it's kind of a joke if you're trying to refer to it as actually decentralized or useful or something like that. So he kind of took what they were trying to do with DeFi and did it in a good way, in my opinion, because I'm not a fan of most DeFi protocols. But the way Verus is doing it, I'm like, wow, you get your own blockchain to CPU, merge mine. It's really incredible. So if you're into DeFi, go look at what Verus is doing. So there's nothing like it.
Nothing like it. And I know the price of VerisCoin has jumped up in the last month.
Yeah.
It's going really good.
They've had a good year this year on development, price, everything. They're killing it over there. So go. I don't remember their website. If you just Google Verus, you'll be able to
VerisCoin.io.
Yeah.
I'll have the links in the description below.
Yeah.
That as well. Anything else you want to let us know, Daniel?
I guess I want to take this opportunity to really rally the community. We're a community-driven project. If you, I'm not like a founder of Pirate Chain. I'm not a paid employee or anything like that. The reason I'm in the position I am now is just because I showed up week after week. I learned more about Pirate Chain. I promoted it on my own and did some blogging about it, and eventually got invited on the team and stuff like that. So you can come and join us, anybody out there, and we could use all the skills we can. We really need more video editors. If anybody out there has video editing skills, but come, do whatever you want. You don't even have to join us. Do it on your own. Whether you want to do marketing for it, whether you want to develop, you want to build something on Pirate Chain, do it on your own. Make your own fleet. We have people who give you advice and stuff like that. You don't have to ask permission at all to anybody. And if you have a project you want to try to fund, write a proposal for it. Come and post it in Discord and Telegram, and post a Z address, and see if we can raise some funds to do what you're trying to do. If the community likes it enough, then we'll give you funds to build whatever you're trying to build. But especially on the marketing side, we're a community project. So we're trying to get our social medias like really going, which a lot of pirates are not into social media because they track and trace everything you do. We don't like posting our information online. So we're kind of at a disadvantage compared to some of these other projects who got, these kids who spend all day posting on social media, like pirates don't do that. We value our privacy. But if you are someone that's on social media, especially if you're doing it honestly, come show Pirate Chain with us. Come to hang out in the Discord, get some of our new logos, get some of our new talking points, and go and push it out there. And really use your Pirate Chain. Go to armada.com, ARRMADA.com, and go and support our merchants, because money is only as good as places you can buy it. They are almost the most important part of our ecosystem, and there's people out there willing to do business for Pirate Chain. So it's really important that if we really want to build a private alternative to fiat and to CBDCs and to stable coins, it's really important that we use it. It's really important we show these merchants our support, that if they're going to accept Pirate Chain, that we're going to go out there and buy it. So that's my rallying call at this point. Pirate has everything you need. Pirate Chain has everything you need to do business.
Absolutely. Everything you need. And privacy is incredibly important for individual freedom, but also incredibly important for commercial freedom. Because if you and I are running, auto repairs, like a mechanics in the same city, if we're using Bitcoin, I'll know how much you're making. Because I can just put in your wallet, right? And vice versa. And you'll know, if I want to pay for you, if I'm a customer of yours, you'll know how much is in my wallet.
Yeah. Which I don't want to share with merchants. I don't want them to know that.
That's right.
Respect your customers and respect their privacy, and start accepting privacy codes.
Yeah, like when I buy something off, with my debit card and stuff, the outlet, the business that I'm buying something off, they don't know how much is in my bank account, but Bitcoin lets you know that. Pirate Chain doesn't, so it preserves that privacy. Then also there's the growing Pirate Chain ecosystem. So there's Armada, ARRMADA.com. I'll have the link in the description below. You can find about businesses in your part of the world that take Pirate Chain. There's also Barter, BARRTER.com. And the ticker symbol for Pirate Chain is RARR. So, and Barter.com is a membership buy and sell site where you can buy and sell stuff. And then there's also, I want to give a special shout out to mathnodes.com, which is a decentralized VPN that's using the Cosmos ecosystem from Sentinel, but you can buy and sell using Pirate Chain. So it's a decentralized VPN, so preserve your privacy, and you can buy the service using R, which keeps you even more private, and then you can get more R via VAR over on the Veriscoin through the Komodo DEX. All the links in the description below, and how you became a member of the Pirate Chain crew is how I became a member of the Pirate Chain crew. I was just doing videos, and one day they had a secret vote. They said, should we invite Crypto Rich to be one of the first mates? They said, you're all right. More people said yes than said no.
That's exactly what happened with me too. I didn't even know it was happening. I just got invited one day and like, oh, we voted you on. So I was like, oh, great. So yes. I'm really excited. And another place that started accepting Pirate Chain recently is called Trocador, TROCADOR. And they have several different services, and they also, I don't understand their partnership, but somehow they work with Monazon, which is a service where you can use Monero to order off of Amazon anonymously. And they started accepting Pirate, so you can do that also. I do believe there's a minimum order. It has to be like $100 or something like that. But you can order from Amazon completely privately. They send it instead of, you're essentially paying someone else to order it for you and send it to one of the public Amazon boxes. So you never have to disclose your address or your name or any information like that. But there is a fee on top of it. So someone else uses their Amazon account to order whatever widget you're trying to get, and they send it to a public Amazon box that you have the password to, and you go over and get it, and they take like a 5% fee off of it or something. So you have the opportunity to be that seller or the person who's buying the products for people. I forget the term they use for it, but the person who does that, or you can just order products off there and do it anonymously. So now you have access to everything that's sold on Amazon with paying for it with Pirate Chain and getting it as close to anonymous as you can ordering online, which is pretty incredible.
You did mention that. I'll link to that in the description below. I'll have all the links in the description below. Thank you so much. Let me know what do you think, whether you're familiar with this project, comments or questions. And if you are a member of the Pirate Chain community, please, please, please share this video far and wide and give me the ticker symbol R as a comment. It just helps my channel grow and helps the word of Pirate Chain spread. Daniel, thank you so much. Look forward to having you on soon at some point. This is Rich and Daniel signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.